Hey, what is good, everybody? So today it's September 10th, 2018, and we have just gotten news that Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered Edition is going to be coming out on Switch and PS4. News just dropped earlier today, I want to say this morning at some point, and pretty much all we have at this point in time is just this trailer. So I thought I'm going to watch this trailer and sort of pick apart every little bit of it that I see. Just so we can kind of see what we're in for a little bit. It's only a 30-second trailer, so there's not really a whole lot here. But I did actually notice some things that I want to talk about a little bit. So I guess without further ado, let's get it. Alright, well, first of all, I should talk about this, right? So this trailer represents a game currently in development. The final game will feature text in English, French, German, Italian, and Spanish, and audio in the English language. This could be taken to mean that we're getting full voice acting, and there's a little bit of voice acting in the trailer as well that also could sort of confirm that, but it's not totally confirmed, obviously, because this is just a trailer. Anyways, here we go.
As the miasma creeps across...
Alright, first of all, so here we have Riverbell Path here in beautiful widescreen HD. It doesn't really look too HD in this shot, but that could be for any number of reasons. This is probably just taken from the original game and just put into widescreen. I mean, I'll actually just keep going. As far as the level goes, I'm not seeing anything that's really different, so...
Across the land, the
very faithful to the original game.
people cling...
So this shot right here, you can kind of see that the game pretty much looks like the game looks if you just upscale it in Dolphin. If you just set Dolphin to 1080p, this is kind of how the game looks. The edges are a little more sharper, a little more rigid. The textures come through a little bit better. As far as color goes, I'm not sure if there's too much color difference or color correction in the game, but there might be. There's some shots that kind of look different from the original.
into the crystals for safety.
So here we see the character, our first shot of the character, and the
Now, a caravan of
HD.
explorers ventures forth in...
Now, I'm seeing a little bit of bloom here, like on the trees. I'm not sure if that is because of the HD version, because if I remember right, this bloom was in the original as well. Maybe not, I could be wrong about
search
that.
of hope.
Anyway, so here we have Gertie, and we have some voice acting here. It kind of sounds weird. Obviously, I don't know what he's actually saying because I don't speak Japanese. If anybody in the comments wants to help me out with that, be my guest. So, right before it gets interesting, we see this text box looks a little bit different, a little bit more crisper, a little bit more sharper. Alright, so here's where it actually gets interesting. So, already we have... Oh, wait, what should I talk about first? Already we have Spell Fusion, obviously confirmed. We have the Yuka and the Selkie here fusing together for a Thundaga. What looks like a Thundaga here. And you see the Chalice is chilling on the ground right here. One thing I do want to mention is that some people thought that we might get the Moogle in multiplayer. If you don't know how Crystal Chronicles works in single player, when you play single player, you have a Moogle with you, and he carries the Chalice most of the time. Sometimes he gets tired. But it basically makes it so that you don't have to carry the Chalice. In multiplayer, someone has to carry the Chalice. And that looks to be the case here in Remastered as well. Probably the biggest difference is here in the UI. Obviously, in the original game, we had one character on each corner of the screen. And now we have all four characters sort of put into the top left corner, which I kind of like. It's kind of weird. It's definitely something we'll have to get used to. But it kind of makes sense because before we used to have the character and the hotbar, or the command list, right below each character's portrait. But now, obviously, we only have to have one command list on the screen because people are going to be playing online, obviously. Either way, pretty cool. We don't actually get to see the execution of this spell fusion, but it looks to have the same little delay that the original game had. Let me turn down the volume a little bit for this part. Anyways. So yeah, it's Thundaga. Let me see if there's anything else about this clip. Oh yeah, the map, of course. It's kind of weird that they put the map up here in the top right corner because the map looks really zoomed in. I mean, the map can barely see what you can't already see on the screen. Like here we have the red and yellow and green sort of player icons down here, and those are very clearly visible on screen, and the map can hardly even see them. So it seems kind of pointless unless you can zoom the map out. But we'll see. We'll see about that. Here's two people casting Kiraga. Hearing everybody looks just about the same. Casting it against the Riverbell Path boss. Is there anything else about this that's weird? Okay, this is where it really gets interesting. So this screen is obviously meant to represent that you can be played online, right? With 4 different people, even though it's the same screen on all 4, whatever. But what we get to see in this screen, we'll look at the top left one. We have a 4-man spell fusion. It looks like they're casting Fyra +2.
Embark once more on an epic journey through a vast world.
So there it is. Fyra +2, maybe?
In search.
Yeah, it's clearly Fyra +2 because we have all 4 people saying the voice line.
Of drops of myrrh in Final Fantasy.
And that's all we get. That's pretty much the whole trailer. It's coming in 2019. I would guess that means later in 2019 because this just got announced. Possibly earlier, I don't know. But I wouldn't be expecting this Q1 or anything like that. And we got it on PS4 and Switch. As far as the Switch goes, I'm not sure how local multiplayer will work, or if local multiplayer will work at all. In the original, it kind of worked like, the idea was that you would save your character to your memory card, and then you would take that memory card over to your friend's house and play multiplayer, and I assume it's going to be pretty similar to that, but you'll just be taking your whole Switch over to your friend's house, and then playing local multiplayer that way. On the PS4, I can't imagine they wouldn't do local multiplayer, like just straight up 2 people on the same console. But like I said, we'll see. We don't really have any information other than this. But yeah, there we go, guys. This is crazy hype. If you know anything about me, you know I love me some Crystal Chronicles. So this announcement really was just what I needed today. Anyways, as we get more information about this game, I'll be making more of these vids. I'll probably do one every time we get like a significant trailer or piece of news regarding the game. But until then, I'm out this month. Goodbye. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe. Bang.